Hello and welcome to 3.0 TV. This is Shikha Singh. Blockchain gaming is seen as a hot narrative in crypto for 2024, and today we have invited a very special guest with us, Mr. Vinod Kumar, founder and CTO of Cypher Blockchain, to help us understand the intricacies of Web3 gaming. Welcome to 3.0 TV, sir.
Thank you so much for the invitation, Shikha. It's a pleasure to be on your stage right now.
All right, sir. So my first question to you is that we have seen how the market capitalization of gaming tokens has reached to $18.6 billion. So I just wanted to understand what are some key factors that you would want to highlight that have had a significant role in the growth of Web3 gaming industry.
Okay, so Shikha, personally, I'm a gamer, I would say, for a very long time. And that was one of the reasons why we initiated building something around gaming ecosystem itself. Talking about the market right now that we have, like specifically talking about the South Asian market and Japan, we see a lot of gamers. Recently in India itself, we have seen, you can say, a boom of people actually onboarding on the mobile phone for BGMI, the PUBG, right? So every other person that you see nowadays is incredibly, or you can say out of 24 hours of their lifestyle, spending almost like 3 hours, 4 hours into the ecosystem. So yes, when you say that the market has grown up exponentially, you are not wrong, absolutely correct. And the main reason behind it, that the experience that these people are able to capture into, right? Because earlier, for playing a hyper-realistic game, you need to have, say, a gaming console like PlayStation or Xboxes, or even a gaming PC as well. But nowadays, all these hyper-realistic games have made into the specific mobile phones as well. And see, mobile phone is something, Shikha, that's in everyone's reach, right? You can spend a couple of dollars and you can have you can say, a decent type of mobile phone that can actually help you out in playing those type of realistic games.
All right, sir. Very well said. So my next question to you is that there's a rush to, capitalize the Web3 trend, which has led to the saturation of market with numerous projects. And this rush has eventually hampered the quality of games, and a lot of Web3 games do not meet high quality standards, with many prioritizing blockchain integration over engaging gameplay and narrative. So what is your take on that?
So how I see it, Shikha, I've been into this ecosystem, specifically talking about the blockchain ecosystem, for almost like 6 to 7 years now. When initially the Bitcoin era came in, say 2009, 2010, so every, you can say 1.5 to 2 years, we see a new narrative coming out in the market. Earlier it was, say, DeFi, decentralized finance. Then we saw a surge of NFTs. We saw a surge of Metaverse. Then we saw a surge of the gaming ecosystem as well. Personally, what I believe, until unless there's a requirement of adding a blockchain touch, right? We should never try to create something that should change the experience of a user. Specifically talking about gamers, right? For me, who is a gamer, right? A gamer is someone who can lock himself or herself inside their room and then play for hours and hours. They are pretty much not sure that if it's day or night outside. So it's all about experience, right? When the founders, or I would say the people around the globe, started building projects, right, around gaming and then adding blockchain ecosystem into it as well. So every other game that we see nowadays is something that you go onto a web browser, say Brave or Google Chrome, you connect your MetaMask and you try to play a game. But from a technical standpoint, a Google Chrome or a, say, Brave as a web browser is something that has not been designed from the gaming per se, right? So by the end of the day, you will face a lot of challenges, say cache issues would be there, ping issues would be there. So that's one of the reasons that why founders try to build something, but that narrative does not suffice into the market for a very long time. And that's one of the reasons why most of the project do die, right? So the founder and the game developers have to understand that a gamer is not coming into the ecosystem for monetary benefits, right? A gamer is coming into the ecosystem for experience, purely for experience. So till the time we are able to provide experience to the gamer, they will stay. The day we will start giving them a new narrative stating that, okay, there would be a monetary benefit. There's a game, say, play to earn, right? Then there were other aspects into the gaming ecosystem as well, like you try to walk, right? Like Step in as one of the project that came into the market, that you take your steps and then you can capitalize into it, you can monetize it. So these types of projects do not last for a very long time, right? The reason is only that you try to, I would say, play with the experience of these gamers. So till the time you are trying to provide the gaming experience to these gamers, the project will stay there. the day you will decide to change your paths, definitely the gamers will exit the ecosystem.
All right, so my next question to you is that in 2023 we saw that major gaming publishers, they tentatively embraced the Web3 ecosystem. So do you think this will continue in 2024 as well?
So definitely, Shikha, that will continue. I'll let you know why that will continue in 2024 and in coming years as well. Slowly and gradually, Web2 ecosystems, when we say gaming studios, right? When we say gaming companies, when we say titles, gaming titles as Rockstar Games, then there's Ubisoft, there's Activision, then there's Electronic Arts as well. These are the titles who actually builds hyper-realistic games, right? And these are the titles who have been into the gaming ecosystem for a very, very long time, right? It's wrong to say that these Web2 ecosystem are not testing the blockchain per se right now. Definitely, they are testing the blockchain things right now into the gaming ecosystem. There are few advantages to add blockchain, right? One being that there would be transparency while playing the game. I'll try to narrate you can say an example out of it. Take an example, you try to play a game and there's a scorecard, right? And you are placed on, say, position number 10. So you have to take whatever the game is trying to show you, right? The game shows you that you are on position 10 and you have to agree with it. Right? There's no background verification that you can do. But once the blockchain is integrated, definitely a gamer can go onto the, you can say the public explorer, the public blockchain explorer, and they can try to vet whatever you can say scorecard that has been displayed, how many actual gamers were there. There's a small, you can say, situation that also comes in. Let's take an example of PUBG, right? So there would be 100 people who would be jumping from a plane. So there would be 25 team in total, 4 of each, right? So out of these 100, most of the time there are bots in the game as well. Right? It happens in Call of Duty as well. It happens in Need for Speed. It also happens because at the very same time, you cannot have 100 people all together to come inside the game. And that's one of the reasons why game developers try to inject these bots into the game. So once the blockchain has been integrated into a game, definitely a gamer can try to go onto a public blockchain explorer and they can try to vet that if out of those 100 users, the gamers, how many were actual gamers and how many were bots inside the game, right?
Right, so
Then there's more advantages like peer-to-peer transaction that can be done. Say you are one of the gamer who have some assets in the game, and then by God grace, it does not happen. It happened with PUBG earlier that PUBG was banned in India. So everybody lost with whatever you can say scorecard that they have maintained, whatever capital they have injected in the game. So one night PUBG gets banned in India and whatever type of investment you have done in the game, you lose everything. If the blockchain has been integrated, it doesn't matter that where you are trying to play a game, in which jurisdiction you are trying to play a game. Whenever the game comes back, you can actually connect your wallet and you have all the, you can say, previous history of your game actually recovered, all of your capital, all of your investment that you did inside the game while buying in-game assets, say skins or weapons or anything, XYZ. You can actually recover all those things. So that's one of the reasons that what I feel that not only 2023, but yes, 2024 and 2025 would be the biggest boon for the gaming industry right now, as well as the blockchain ecosystem is going to grow with the help of the gaming side.
Right, sir. So talking about India, we have seen how Asia is also becoming a hub for Web3 gaming. And according to a recent report by Hashed Emergent, India has one of the largest Web3 ecosystems globally. So my question to you, sir, is what is the future of Web3 games in India?
Okay, so gaming has been into India for a very long time, right? See, Web3 gaming is something that has been introduced recently. But prior to Web3 gaming, we did had these fantasy leagues, right? We did had MPL, we had Dream 11. So the gaming has been an excitement, you can say, an area of excitement for all the gamers. And as I previously mentioned, with the introduction of game getting available on a simple mobile phone has been the greatest advantages in the hand of the gamers, like the normal user as well, that they don't have to spend, say, 50,000 INR or say 1 lakh or 1.5 lakh to get a dedicated gaming console or a gaming PC. A simple 15,000 or 20,000 INR mobile phone is sufficient enough for them to actually play games.
So, sir, my next question to you is, what all factors could act as a catalyst for Web3 gaming in India, specifically, to pick up steam?
Okay, so in order to have more and more users on board, right? Specifically talking about if we have to talk about a niche market, which is like Web3 gaming, experience will always matter, right? So right now there's only PUBG, right? BGMI that actually everyone plays. There's no other game that actually a gamer try to use right now.
Right.
Apart from PUBG, a small section of gamers are into COD like Call of Duty as well. But these are handful games that we can actually count on our fingers, Shikha.
Right.
So till the time game developers do not come ahead to build wow type of experience for gamers, these would be the handful games that will actually survive. But yes, as a founder, I also look forward for other founders to come ahead, build something, right?
Right.
Try to give back to the community, right? That should be the base idea, because when we talk about blockchain, we talk about Web3, it's all about giving back to the community.
Right. So, sir, talking about your own company, Cypher Blockchain. So, you guys are also building a layer 1 blockchain for hyper-realistic games. So, tell us more about your project, sir.
Okay, so it all started 1.5 years back, closely, I would say 18 to 20 months back, wherein we had this initial idea that we wanted to build a layer 1 that can come out from India. So far, we have like Polygon that everybody knows, and that's a layer 2. So
Right.
we want to build something for the next generation, and that's how Cypher blockchain ideation came into picture. As a founder, our main focus was towards hyper-realistic game, because there were some pain areas that we try to identify. There's a monopoly in the gaming market with Sony Entertainments that has PlayStation, and then we had Microsoft that has Xbox. A
Right.
small section of gamers are into Steam as well, but these are like the monopoly market right
Right.
now.
Right. Right.
We wanted to have a more decentralized functionality of the ecosystem, specifically the gaming ecosystem, and that's how Cypher blockchain came into existence. So far, we already launched the alpha testnet in December in Bangalore. We
Oh.
did the beta testnet launch in April in New Delhi, and we are planning to have the mainnet launch by September this year itself. And we are planning it around token 2049 Singapore. Prior to Singapore, I would be in South Korea as well. We had a blockchain week coming up. Initially, you also talked about the Asian market, right, for
Right. Right.
gaming. Yes, I do agree with you. Japan and Southeast Asia are the biggest hub when it comes to the
Absolutely.
gaming.
So, sir, very well said. We are really hoping for your project to come out. So, what would be your advice to all the Web3 gaming developers?
Okay, so let's try to understand from this perspective. There are two types of game developers, right? Either they would be coming from the Unity 3D background, or either they would be coming from the Unreal Engine background. And both of the tools have their own pros and cons, right? Unity 3D is very well, I would say, the first option for a game developer in order to make their game which can upscale faster, right? But when it comes to hyper realistic experience, nobody can beat Unreal Engine.
Right.
There are a few applications that Unreal Engine have already introduced. One is like Nanites, right? And then the other one is the real-time shadowing that we do. Right now, we are in that particular era wherein differentiating between reality and virtual reality is very thin, right?
Right. Right.
Tools like
Agree.
MetaHuman, wherein you can build actual game characters and nobody would be able to know if that has been shot from a real camera or that has been built inside a tool. So
Absolutely.
for game developers, I would say that a game developer should be someone who can actually think outside the box, right? They should have more focus upon developing something rather than generating revenue, because
Right.
this is
Right.
the pitfall that every founder or game developer actually falls into, that they try to make revenue from the very first day, right? They are trying to run behind VCs to get capital funds to actually build something. What I believe, a game developer should be somebody who should focus upon getting experience for the gamers, because by the end of the day, your gamers are the actual users, right, who would
Right.
be playing games. And if you can tap into that particular market, revenue will not be a problem in the long run.
Well, thank you so much, sir. This interview is exactly what we needed. This is me, Shikha Singh, signing off. We will meet you again. Until then, keep watching 3.0 TV. Do like, share, and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Do log on to our website, www.3versetv.io, or scan the QR code to know more.